everybody? Mel from Mel Booker Music here. Hey, I wanted to talk about this recent news I was made aware of, and I went searching on the internet so I could kind of get some information, and I printed out an article here. This article says, and this is from AJC.com. There's some other articles on different sites. I just happen to print this one out, but it's all over the internet in case you guys haven't seen it. But it says Gibson Guitar Company, maker of the Les Paul, facing bankruptcy after 116 years in business. So that's the article. I don't know. I just thought it was interesting because, you know, this is a long time guitar company that many of us have played over the years and used over the years. And it seems that they're in financial trouble. Or, as I like to really see these things, usually if a big corporation says bankruptcy, I think a lot of times that means it's more of a strategic move. Not necessarily they're going under, but maybe there's certain part of their assets they want to actually protect and not have anything happen to them. So, and who's to say? That's just speculation. I don't really know. So I wanted to kind of put this out there and see what you guys think. But I have the article here. Let me read some of it. It says, Gibson Guitar Company, which has been a staple brand among various music instruments since 1902, is facing bankruptcy. According to the Nashville Post, Gibson's chief financial officer, Bill Lawrence, left after 6 months on the job. And just as $375 million in senior secured notes mature, and $145 million in bank loans become due if they aren't refinanced by July. The departure of Lawrence was seen as a bad sign for a company trying to reorganize. And I guess there's another story on the day. Oh, it's called Dayton Daily News. I couldn't read it on here. It's all hyperlinked. But Dayton Daily News, it says Gibson Guitars facing imminent bankruptcy. So you guys may want to look into that. But what got me thinking is the rest of this article, which mentions some other things. Because I don't know if you guys here in the States know about the NAMM show, National Association of Music Merchants. They have a show every year. All the people that are in the industry go and show off the new gear, new things that are coming out. People try them out. They work deals with retailers, all that sort of thing. Well, Gibson opted not to go to this and instead went to an electronic show in Las Vegas here in the United States. So, and that brings me up to the rest of this. Let me continue with the article. Okay, the company, which generates $1 billion a year in revenues, recently moved out of its Nashville warehouse where it had operated since the mid-1980s. The company owner since then, Henry Juskowitz, is trying to reorder the company according to the Post, but is facing a battle with creditors over bad business decisions. The company recently sold Baldwin Piano. I didn't know they owned Baldwin Piano, but it looks like they used to own Baldwin Piano and sold that, and is hoping to see a boost in cash from various electronics companies it had purchased over the last several years. Now, a lot of you guys don't know this because this was new to me. I had no idea that Gibson owned Phillips. Yes, the home audio and video stuff and electronics and, you know, headphones, DVD players, all that kind of stuff. That's Phillips, and apparently Gibson purchased them, and I'm not sure when. You guys can look that up, what year that happened. I'm not sure. And then I know they have an investment in Tascam, and you guys that are into recording gear and home recording and stuff, you already know about Tascam. I'm not sure if they own them or just have, maybe they purchase stocks or are owned part of that company or something. I'm not sure. But I know they're heavily involved with the audio and home entertainment field now. So they opted to go to that show in Vegas instead of NAMM. Now we all know they could have done that to save some money, since they're going to be having to restructure their debts, I guess, and then not being at NAMM and opting to go with the electronics company may be seen also as a shift in what they're going to be focusing on later on. I couldn't seem to figure this out or find it anywhere, so maybe you guys may have some information on it and can shed some light on this if you know anything. So there's some more in this article, but I don't want to read any more of that. I just thought it was interesting that, you have a guitar company that's been around for a long time, but they're seeing at least equal with their guitar branding is going into electronics fields. Obviously, they saw something there that they saw as a benefit. So I wanted to get your guys' feedback on some of the big companies in the music industry and what you guys think about them, if you like them. You know, Guitar Center, everybody knows about Guitar Center. Out here in the United States anyway. I don't know which ones are all overseas besides Guitar Center, but out here in the United States we have Guitar Center, Sam Ash, Music Go Round is another big one. And then there's lots of independent ones, but those are the ones that everybody knows by top of mind, because those are the ones that advertise, and they're all over, you know, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere. They buy ads on TV and radio and everything else. So with the Gibson brand, and I guess the two big ones are Fender and Gibson. I guess the two big brands, you know, Fender and Gibson, you know, I guess it'd be something to watch, because I know electronic music has really taken off since the 80s. I know it started to take off in the 70s, but really in the 80s is when it started to go. And I think little by little, that's kind of put a dent in the guitar industry too. So who's to say? I don't know. You know, gaming has gotten big. Maybe more people want to play games than play music. I don't know. Than play guitar anyway. I don't know. So electronic music, gaming, you know, there's a lot of things that could maybe cause a company to think, hey, maybe we should branch out a little bit. You know, we're not going to sell as many guitars. The other factor is, and I heard a bunch of people mention this, is that Gibson guitars tend to be really pricey. And if you're a musician that's in the trenches and not someone who has a huge gig or huge visible gig with a pop star, or not a pop star yourself, you know, it's hard to fork over $2,000 to $4,000 for one guitar, when you can get a guitar that sounds every bit as good for a fraction of that, and then put that money into marketing and promotion and recording and all that kind of stuff, especially if you're an indie person. So anyway, I'm curious about what you guys think about all this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask some questions. I'll post some links to the articles that I find underneath this, and then you guys chime in and let me know what you think. You know, I'm really curious as to what you guys think about the music industry, where it's headed, if it's growing, if it's just changing because it's growing pains, because it's going to grow in a different direction. You know, I'd be really curious to hear what you guys think about that. So anyway, that's it. Please like, share, subscribe, follow this channel. Always leave a link to the tips there. So if you see this on Steemit after, or DTube after the 7-day period, you can always leave a tip. I'll find more articles and start sharing more news things as I get to them. And of course, we'll always be doing lots of guitar stuff. And on my Steemit page, I'm doing lots of talking and discussions about success. Be sure and check out the contest I got going on too. That's the post before this one on my Steemit page. All right, y'all, I'm out. Thank you. I appreciate it. Be sure and tell all your friends this. Share it if you want to, and let's discuss it. Let's see what's going on with this music industry. All right, I'm out. Peace.